Yo, world, what's up? It's your boy Fosta Key, 96.2 be banging them, and I am back. We're back with a special guest, but this is a little bit deeper than a special guest, man. Look, a role model, a idol, a innovator, a business owner. Look, none other than my brother, the legend, Holly Springs legend, Chic Campbell. What's up, man?
Man, we here, Foster Key.
Bro, man, look. Hey, I've been waiting on this interview. I ain't told nobody. When you told me you were going to sit down and talk with me, hey, I said it's on. It's on, dog.
Man, you already know.
Hey,
man, I'm so proud of what you're doing, man.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you,
Because
brother.
I witnessed your struggle, man. You know what I'm saying? And coming from the same area where I'm from,
Yeah.
hey, I was there. You know what I mean?
You saw it all. Hey, speaking of coming from the struggle, just give us a little rundown what it was like growing up in Holly Springs. You're coming up young.
Man, coming up in Holly Springs, if you could live in Holly Springs, I mean, the early part of Holly Springs, we talking about the 80s and, trying to create something that you could have for the rest of your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Growing up, first thing people tell you, what you want to do when you grow up?
Yeah.
I want to be a fireman. I want to be a policeman.
I got
you. I kind of had other ideas.
Yeah.
At that time, barbers, no one wanted to be a barber. That's an old man's game.
Okay.
Everybody like, man, nobody want to be no barber. So you talking about it in the 80s.
Yeah. Was it many barbers in Holly Springs?
We had quite a few. We had probably 3 or 4 barbershops.
Yeah.
3 or 4 well-established barbershops. So.
Yeah. So your process, it wasn't like the new age process. You go to school to be a barber. Tell us a story, man. You know I want the story, man.
It wasn't the internet. I mean, it wasn't social media. I mean, you couldn't just look at something and learn how to cut hair. You really had to learn on the fly,
Yeah.
'Cause I just happened to be somewhat of an artist.
Yeah.
So I had no idea how to cut hair.
Yeah.
I mean, and your uncle, matter of fact,
Yeah. Tell us.
had a pair of clippers.
Yeah.
We were about 10, 11 years old. David and Jonathan, I don't know where he got those clippers from. So when he had the clippers, did it, which is your cousin.
Cousin did. Shout out did it.
Yeah. So we were just playing with the clippers. And I said, man, I could cut hair. They were like, you can't cut no hair.
Okay.
So, if you got a little cheap pair of clippers, of course they have a guard on it.
Right.
So I knew if we just cut the hair down,
Yeah.
give a little line. So I had no idea actually how to cut hair. It's just that I was an artist. I thought I was at least.
Yeah.
So Dad sat down and we kind of went over. I said, man, it looked pretty good. So then we kind of got creative.
Mm-hmm.
I think I put a little design in his hair.
Yeah.
And I mean, when he went to school, everybody like, who did that? He was like, man, Chick did. So, I mean, I had to get creative fast, because I really didn't. I just knew if I get the hair down low, I could put a design in. I could do that. So, I'm in my mom's storage room now. At this time, I done bought me a pair of clippers.
Yeah.
So, you're talking about convert from the Jerry curl to a low hair.
Okay.
So I really did. I just had to envision the finished product just like an artist does.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm looking up. It's people all in the driveway want haircuts. I'm
Ready.
like, really? They ready?
And you was the new age. You was the new guy, right?
Now keep in mind, I'm talking about no one wanted to be barber. There was no such thing. A young guy want to be no barber in the 80s.
Oh.
So I had to just learn on the fly. I'm talking about I had to just get real creative, real fast. Because, in barbering, you don't know what's going to come through the door.
So after you cut deaded hair, how quick was the turnaround?
Man, listen, probably in a week's time. I'm talking about.
You had clientele already.
I'm talking about. Keep in mind, the Meadows is a large neighborhood.
Yeah.
So people like, man, I need a haircut. And I'm like, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And it just came to me so fast.
Yeah.
And I knew then it was my gift.
That was your gift.
It was my gift.
Have you ever worked a 9 to 5?
Never had a job in my life. This is the only job I ever had.
Wow.
You know how people say, man, if A don't work, I'm going to go to B. I was just so determined to work with A.
Yeah.
Nothing
A
else
was
matter.
gonna work, huh?
Nothing else matter.
Man,
Nothing
that's so
else
amazing.
matter.
I'm talking about just, like growing up when I was younger, you know how you don't see too many male figures
Correct.
being entrepreneurs. So you take the route, hey, I want to be a basketball player or whatever, but I saw you. I said, man, this man is a boss. I ain't never not seen him a boss. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen you not be a boss. So
Man.
was it competition in your day? Like when you got a barber over here, was it competitive being in Holly Springs?
Well, keep in mind, I was a younger barber. I was a younger man on the scene, and most of the barbershops that were there, they were already established. So, I don't kind of feel it was a competition thing. It was just that I'm the younger guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
they was like, this young cat, here he come.
Yeah. So, it's like if you take your kid to McDonald's,
All right.
they're going to want to go to McDonald's because they're going to get a toy.
Yeah, it's a toy now.
So now the kid want to go to McDonald's. He gets a toy. Now the father like, well, since I'm over here at McDonald's, let me get me a sandwich. So that's basically how it was. Man.
That's so amazing just to see.
Basically how it was.
See somebody just come up like that. And when did you get you was in your mom in the storage room when it was time to go?
Well, actually, like I said, I was doing this in 8th or 9th grade. So
yeah.
And I already knew. I said to myself, hey, I got to take this real serious,
Yeah.
And at that time, I was searching for a school.
Yeah.
And it was a school in Ripley. I think it was Foster's.
Foster's. Okay.
Yeah. So I kind of went there for a week.
Yeah.
And I kind of, it was okay. I mean, I liked the instructors there, but I said, well, then I found a school called Jet Barber College. It's like in the Fraser area. So keep in mind, I didn't have a car then.
Yeah. So it was
so I got to tell you my struggle. You know what I mean?
I need to know that struggle.
I didn't really have a car. So what I did was I would catch a ride from my house because at that time, most of your jobs, they were in Memphis.
Right.
So I would catch someone from Holly Springs to Memphis, and I would ride the MITA bus from Lamar to Jefferson.
Yeah.
From Jefferson in front to Fraser.
Okay.
So, I had to get there early, you know what I'm saying?
Because, you catching rides from coming to Holly.
I'm serious. So we get there. I had another guy that went with me also, but he ended up, he quit, but he eventually got his license.
Yeah.
But, you're talking about coming from Holly Springs all the way to Fraser every day. You know what I mean? So you have to leave early because you can't get 8 hours because your ride gets off at 5. So you got to take off at 4. So you would be able to get, catch a ride back.
Yeah.
So, I did that. And like I said, that was the challenging part of it.
Right.
You could have very easily said, well, man, this is too much. But I had other ideas.
Yeah.
I had other ideas then. So, Jet, I remember the instructor there, Mrs. Kelly. She was a great instructor.
Right.
I pretty much thought I knew everything. Just like everybody else. Everybody young. Once you get into a profession and it's new to you, you feel as if you know it all. But she was like, well, you can cut, but you got to learn more. It's more to barbering than just cutting. So you got to deal with people. It's just so much because the history of barbering, of course, back in the days, barbershop was the only place black people could go. Think about it. I mean, they were trading there. The history. The total history. So again, I went there, and at that time, after you complete 1,500 hours, you have to go take your exam in Nashville.
Right.
So I had to go to Nashville, take my exam, and once you pass the exam, you have to get your license transferred to Mississippi.
Yeah.
So it was totally different how it is now. It was so good. So we got there. I never forget. One of my friends, he rode with me because you had to have someone there. You have to have a patron there.
Right.
And we got there, and it was like maybe 30 people there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the youngest. I was the only black there. So I'm like, man, because again, you got to go to Nashville to take it.
Yeah.
So when I got there, I was just so determined. They was like, man, let's go out this night. Now I'm studying. Look,
You was focused. You was focused.
Look, this is my only time coming here. I'm zeroed in on this. So after we took the exam, and I got finished so fast, and I could see the instructor just looking at me. Yeah, I'm like, man, have I done something wrong? So keep in mind, I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
Only black there.
Yeah.
So he stopped the class. He completely stopped. He said, because they have you by number. He said, number 14, come to the front.
Yeah.
So I come over there. Wasn't nervous, wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, because the other people, they were working on their clients.
Yeah.
So I had got finished so fast.
Yeah.
So he's like, could you show them the steps? So
Oh, man.
I'm helping them finish.
You did. Yeah. I got you.
So when we got finished, he said, man, where are you from? I said, I'm from Holly Springs, Mississippi. And he said, I'm planning on opening a shop. It was in some part of Memphis. Some part of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. I forgot exactly the name. And he said, I would like for you to come work with me. And I was like, I would love to, thank you, but I had better plans,
Oh, man.
You knew
you was headed.
I'm taking my talent back home, man.
Yeah.
Because that's, Hot Spring has been nice to me, and just seeing the kids, like yourself, growing up, and it's just amazing. You're talking about doing this 40 years, and you go places, and people come up like, man, you Chic.
Yeah.
Man, you cut my hair when I was 10, I was 5, I was 7. So that makes me, man.
Do you understand like your importance just on the Holly Spring culture? Do you understand that?
You know what?
Or you don't?
You know what? I just feel as if it is, I'm appreciative, but that's just something everybody should do.
Yeah.
Each one should teach one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I don't feel as if, I'm glad that if people feel that that I impacted them in some type of way, love that. Mm-hmm. But I just feel as an adult figure, that's what we should do.
Exactly.
That's what we should do. If I know things and I keep them to myself and don't help anyone, it's no need for me to know them. You know what I mean? So each one should teach one.
Yeah. And our city sometimes go through the chokehold, a lot of crime, and do you think it's like a lot of misguidance in our city, the small city of Holly Springs?
Well, small cities comes with a lot,
Yeah.
And part of the problem is exposure.
Yeah. Was it this rough? Like when you was like in high school?
No,
it wasn't like that.
Not at all. No.
And same thing with me. When I was in high school, it wasn't like
no.
that.
It's not, it wasn't like that.
Mm-mm.
But like I said, exposure is key. When you get a chance to go places and see how other people do things and other people perform, and you gather all that you gather that and use your own thing, but that's called exposure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just going places and seeing how other people living, see how other people doing things. So that was exciting.
Yeah.
I think that is some of the problem with the people in our small area. Exposure. They just never been exposed.
Exactly.
Tell me how many kids someone took time out to take them fishing.
Right. Hey, you're not lying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. We're going to come right back. I'm going to take a quick break. 96.2 be banging them. It's your boy Fosta Key, and I'm here live with a special guest, Mr. Chic Campbell. Hey, legendary interview. Y'all stay tuned in.